What's going on YouTube? Gabriel right here, represent PGA Tour Driven, the movement towards improvement. Now today's video is going to be the 3 most important things to be successful at golf. Okay, so the first thing is going to be making sure you're taking stats and tracking what you do. Awareness is the first step towards anything in improving. If we don't know what the problem is, then we don't know what to improve and we don't know how to get better. The second thing I would say is always to just work. You can get a lot better just by putting in a lot more time and effort on a consistent basis. And the third thing is learning. Constant growth, constant new information on mechanics or mental tips or whatever it would be will also aid you in the growth of your game. Okay you guys, so I'm going to share with you guys the first thing on taking stats and tracking your game. I don't want to just teach you guys things, but also share with you guys my own experiences and what I actually do. So here I have a scorecard and a piece of paper I stapled together. This is what my review would look like for a day when I used to take golf a little more seriously than I am now, kind of working on my videos and my movement towards improvement business. But let me share with you guys kind of how detailed things would be. You won't be able to see this from there, but I used to write down all my stats on my round. So I would write what club I would hit off the tee, driver, hybrid, 3-wood. I would write where I hit it, straight, left, or right. I would write the distance I had into the hole, 140 yards, 160 yards. I would write the club that I hit, 8-iron, knocked down 9. I would also write the proximity to the hole, whether it was a 40-foot putt, 20-foot putt, 30 yards off the green. I would write how far my putt was in from there, and then would even write how I missed my putt. Downhill putt, missed low, or 30-foot putt, missed short. So I could always just track my game and track my tendencies on what was wrong. And if you just do this, if you do this detailed, you're going to see what is your biggest weakness and where you need to improve. And I would just write down tons of notes while I played on any questions or problems I had. So for this day, this was January 2nd of 2013, I wrote a little note that said, keep head behind ball helps keeping iron shots from fading too much. Swinging left helped contact a little. Ball spun back on green. Super long shot per continue. I don't even know what that means. Learn to use hybrid or wood when have more fringe to work with. So I would just write down any questions or anything I did good, or let's say I hooked a shot from uphill lie. I would ask my coach maybe why that happened, etc., etc. But try to take as much detailed stats as possible. This is going to give you the most awareness on what you can improve on and what's going to help you the most with your game. Now on this page, so I would take my stats during my round and then I would go get a notebook or some lined paper and write down kind of a review. So the first thing I would like to do is write down what I did good. I wrote down, made a great birdie on number 1, perfect draw driver, 87 yards, lob wedge to 8 feet, one putt in the center for birdie. So I always like to write these things down, help build confidence, and you can remember these things for when you have another hole. You're like, I've hit this shot before, I've made birdie, or I've made this putt, or I've hit good drives on this hole. So it just helps reinforce good thoughts that can help you with your game. And I actually have a confidence journal right here that you can do. So you could either write it down on this paper or have a confidence journal. I made 5 birdies in a row yesterday. I've actually never made 5 birdies in a row. So it's like you can write these things down and it just helps build your confidence and your self-image. The next thing I write down is things to improve. So once again, after taking my stats on the course, I can realize what my weaknesses are. So things to improve would be been hitting good shots, but distance has been inconsistent from clubs. Need better distance control, not only with wedges, but all irons. Fire more at tuck pins unless real treacherous. Work on wedge distances. Had 3 putts, so work on longer lag putts. So then I would have a game plan underneath that. Then I write my game plan would be work on finding out yardages with clubs, loft lies, fire more at pins, practice lag putting, and practice short game around par 5. So this is kind of like my game plan for the next day, right? So I can go play, see what my weaknesses are, write what I did good, write what I need to improve, write a game plan for the next day, and I go do that. I can go work on so the next round I can improve on what was bad the round before. And then at the bottom, I just have a little area for questions. So I would write down questions for my coach, because there's, I don't know everything and I have questions on why things happen and, how can I improve on them. So do I need to know what ball position I have for what clubs, or how to find out distances on normal clubs? I wrote down San Diego, Not great for professional golfers, not good practice facility. Good practice facility would be wedges and short game. And then I wrote down 8 shots from 140 something and in was 1 under. So you guys can see it's pretty detailed, and the universe has this law called cause and effect. The more you put into your game, the more you're going to get out. So as you can see, I'm trying to be as conscious and aware of my golf game as possible. Another thing is this right now, since I'm not focusing on golf as much as my movement towards improvement business, you know, I do the same thing for my videos. I try to track, see what videos are getting the most viewed, what videos the audience retention is the highest, that keeps you guys watching the most, what's getting you know, the best results, and I want to make more of those videos. So I'm always tracking just what I do with my videos as well. Okay, so the second best thing is just to work. In every success of life, it's about putting a consistent amount of work in every single day. I've been getting a lot better lately, just recently, just by doing something every day, hitting 1 bucket a day, working on short game every day, putting every day, playing 9 holes 3 or 4 times a week. The more you can put in, the more you're going to get out. So just by hitting more balls, chips, putts, and even if it's not really the smartest way to practice, I'm telling you, just by putting in a lot of work, you're going to get better. So that's another thing. Try to, if you can, practice as much as you can. That's just another law of life, really. You reap what you sow, so you just got to keep sowing, sow a lot, so often. Just like my videos, you know, I've been putting out a video almost every day, and because of that, you know, my subscribers, my analytics, my amount of views, minutes watched are all going up. Consistent amount of work, you guys. And the last thing is just learning, you guys. I don't think you can ever stop learning. If you're a coach or instructor or player, you should learn to the day you die. 100% believe in that. Just like I said in my last video, you know what you know what you don't know, and you don't know what you don't know. So the more you can learn, the more awareness you can have for implementing things that could help you. You might, you know, you just might not be able to get better at something because you don't know how. You lack of information. So you guys just always make sure you're learning, growing, whether it's from videos, books, instructors, other players. You want to learn from every avenue of life. And just like my videos, I like to keep learning and growing. So I'm always watching other YouTubers and seeing how they edit their videos, what music they put in, how they cut their clips up, what effects they can use. So I do all this in my business as well. I'm stacking, I'm tracking, I'm working a lot, putting a lot of content out, and I'm always trying to learn so I can keep improving. And I think a lot of you guys have seen it, even if it's just a little bit, just adding a couple of things here or there just to keep things moving on. And that's what it's about, movement towards improvement, you guys. I'm not trying just to teach you guys. Teaching you is just knowledge, but I'm actually trying to do what I teach, and that's the hardest part for sure. So another thing I want to talk about is my golfing journal. This is just kind of another way to track things, help retain more information. You know, I just keep this and I just write down, you know, things I learn in books or things I learn from my instructors, right? So after every lesson I get with my instructor, I go back into my car, I get out my journal, and I write down everything we're working on and everything I learned. So I can always go back to it, or if I forget something, I can always go back to what we worked on, or, you know, put swing thoughts in here. So in case I start hitting it bad, I can go back and see what was helping me before. Might help me again. Just once again, putting more into my golf game. That's kind of the bigger picture here, right? It's just I'm putting more in to what I want. I'm directing my consciousness towards improving and doing everything I can to do so. So you guys, that would be the 3 things I would tell you. Stack stats, track your game, get as much information as possible. You know, you can write down things like your insecurities, your fears, you know, oh, I was afraid of hitting the water on the left, so I bailed right. Or, you know, my grip didn't feel comfortable, but I didn't back away. Or I wasn't comfortable on the yardage, I didn't back away. A gust of wind came up, but I didn't back away. So these are all just things to give you more information to help you. So stack trats, work a lot, work your ass off, keep learning, keep growing, keep gathering information from every single thing in life. Guys, this is Gabriel right here, PGA Tour Driven, the movement towards improvement. Thanks for watching, subscribe. We do monthly golf giveaways. My goal is to deliver the best golf content on YouTube. So thanks you guys, I'll talk to you soon.